Well, hi, I'm Stephen Sterling, and I've been asked to say a few words about how my thinking came to be. I'm currently a professor of sustainability education at Plymouth University in the southwest of the UK, where I've been for about 9 years. I've had a long engagement in sustainability and environmental education well before that. So, without giving you my life history, which would take a lot longer than this clip allows, um, my environmental awareness, I think, began when I was a kid. So, I remember reading clips of Rachel Carson's Silent Spring in my Animals magazine, which I got weekly when I was about 12. Now in my early 60s, so that's a long period, of course, and my thinking has developed all that time, really. And without going into huge detail, some of my key influences, I think, are people like Gregory Bateson, the cyberneticist and anthropologist, British, who died in the 80s, um, who who looked at the ideas of different levels of learning and depths of learning, which have influenced my thinking a good deal. Donella Meadows with her limits to growth ideas and her systems thinking ideas, an all-round holistic approach to things. Fritjof Capra, his systems approach to life. I went on a Fritjof Capra course in 1993 at Schumacher College in the southwest of England, in Devon, which is a world-renowned centre for ecological thinking and really pushing the boundaries on what an ecological view of life would mean for science, economics, politics, health, and so on, agriculture. And I did a lot of my PhD there from about 1998 2003, and looking at what I called whole systems thinking as a basis for paradigm change in education in the context of sustainability. So what I've come to think in all my work over decades, really, around environmental and sustainability education is it cannot just be a matter of adding on a few ideas of sustainability into the curriculum or in our teaching method, but fundamentally looking at a deeper level. The crisis which now faces us globally is really a product of the way we think, and our view of the world, particularly the Western intellectual legacy of reductionism, objectivism, materialism, and so on. So when we look at the big issues, it's easy to think of them as out there, and of course they are out there, they affect us, but we need to look at our own implicitness in their causality, if you like. Um, so this kind of thinking, and also trying to become more clear on what a more relational or ecological way of thinking might be, has been at the basis of my inquiry for decades, really. And my thesis, which is online, you can find it if you're interested, is an in-depth exploration of that. My thinking is summarised in my 2001 book, Sustainable Education, which is a little book, quite dense. But if you look at that title, Sustainable Education, I'm trying to look at rethinking education, a sort of education which is appropriate for our times. Which I think the mainstream way of looking at things is simply not, and in many cases making things worse, arguably. So so that's it, really. Other in a nutshell, other key thinkers I think who have influenced me are Richard Bawden, Bawden, in Australia. Maurice Berman with a very interesting book called The Reenchantment of the World, Ken Wilber, people like that. So what I've tried to do is map out through modelling, and in the article I've written for Jamie Cloud, one of my key models is outlined there. What I've tried to do is model ways of thinking as a way of increasing our ability to be reflexive about the way we think, in order that we can move to a more connective, more holistic, more relational, more systemic, if you like, more ecological way of thinking and doing and acting in a better way, in favour of the future. Okay, so that's about it for a short clip. Thank you for your attention.